Yeah, so this is the second Academy edition, and so both, I mean, when we did it in 2016, it was a big experiment, so I think we're just continuing to experiment with this kind of format. And in that sense, you can just say it's an ongoing experiment in form and in content and in what we would like to explore, but it all has to little bit to do with education and with different types of education and with different type of learning about our education in the field of art, but also hearing directly not just from educators, but hearing also from artists. So in that sense, that is one type of ongoing project that is happening. It is different from our, let's say, standard festival edition, because the festival edition has a little bit more of, let's say, a topic. So last edition was the noise of being, and we tried to explore something in a quite many different formats. So this year we had a symposium, and then we had a progress bar, and that was basically where we kind of grounded our research. But for the big edition, so-called big edition, where we explore some kind of bigger topic, we have branched out to an exhibition also, and to many different venues in the city. This was also, yes, experiment in staying in the territory of the north and exploring the Amsterdam north, which has a lot of potential, but somehow has not been really explored. So I think in that sense, the Academy edition is quite different from the standard edition, but I would say that, yeah, they converge in a sense of that we experiment in all these kind of different editions.
Do you think that some of the experiments from this year, like from the symposium, from Academy, will be taken to the next year? And what kind of experiments do you think you will go on for the next year?
Yes, so next year is going to be 25 years of Sonic Act, so we are still exploring or thinking what that might mean, or what it means to have something that has been going on for 25 years. So in that sense, we're definitely going to look back at what Sonic Acts was and what it will be. If we're thinking about some literal experiments like what we will continue next year, I think we have several ongoing projects with different artists that we will explore in the next year. There are several commissions going on, so we have commissioned some artists to make their art pieces. I think one of them is Jennifer Walsh, with who we are continuing our collaboration. But yes, there's different strands which I think will continue, and we will continue to experiment in the next year.
And coming back to this event, to this year, do you think there is anything that you unpacked from the artistic knowledge this year? Because this is the theme of this year.
Yes, I think it was more of a hint of what we would like to explore and what we would like to hear more about. So there was not really a definite plan where we wanted to go with this edition. So it was more like hearing from different people, hearing from different artists, different educators, different theorists, what are their experiences. In that sense, we had lots of teachers and lots of different modules from universities and from different art schools that we engaged in making the festival, in making the Academy. So we heard a little bit from them what are their experiences basically in their education system and what they might think of as a different approach. So we had some projects that were going on for several months, like Sensing the Place or Sensing the Shipyard, and which then eventually ended up in a joint art project and the panel. We also experimented, or we invited Goldsmith students who showed what they were doing, what they were researching, and so on. So in that sense, we heard from educators, and we heard from students, and we heard from artists. We mostly heard their artistic practices, or they were talking about the research they do. So in that sense, I think it was an interesting blend of hearing how artists research, how they do their work, so what is their practice, and hearing from teachers how they work with their students. So in that sense, it was more like hearing directly the practices and a bit less a theory of education. So we did not really go into lots of theoretical discussions about education. It was more a practice-based kind of, or showing different practices which unfolded this year.